look at me. Don't look away. I want you to see the map of a century written on this skin. I am 102 years old. I have lived through the Great Depression, the fires of World War II, the rise and fall of walls that people thought would stand forever. I have buried friends. I have buried children. And I have stood at the edge of my own grave more times than I can count. And yet, when I look at you, I see a struggle that is, in many ways, more cruel than the wars of my youth. You are not starving for bread. You are starving for silence. You are not being hunted by soldiers. You are being hunted by your own nervous system. You call it anxiety. You treat it like a disease. You take pills for it. You talk to therapists about it. But let me tell you a secret from the finish line. Your anxiety is not a broken part of you. It is a logical response to a world that has become a factory for fear. You are being vibrating at a frequency that was never meant for human biology. You are plugged into a machine that feeds on your panic. Today, I am giving you the antidote. Not a life hack, not a tip, but the brutal, unfiltered truth that will delete 98% of the noise in your soul. If you stay with me, if you truly listen to these 12 laws, you will realize that you have been carrying a backpack full of stones that don't even belong to you. Let's drop them, one by one. First, the information fast, the village law. Your brain was designed for a village of 50 people. Think about that. For thousands of years, if something bad happened, it happened within walking distance. You could help. You could act. You had agency. Today, you carry the entire planet's suffering in your pocket. You wake up and see a flood in Asia, a war in Europe, a scandal in America, and your nervous system, it doesn't know the difference between a video and reality. It thinks the tiger is in the room with you, but you have zero power to change it. And that gap between caring and acting is where anxiety breeds. It is a biological poison. I am telling you, stop. Shut it off. If a tragedy is happening 5,000 miles away, and you cannot touch it with your hands, your concern is not a virtue. It is a slow suicide. Return to your village. Focus on the person sitting across from you. That is where your power lives. Second, the mirror trap, the performance of self. You are living a double life. There is the life you are actually living, and the life you are performing for the ghost audience. You spend half your energy wondering how you look, how you sound, and what they think. But here is the truth from a man who has outlived almost everyone he knew. They are not looking at you. They are too busy drowning in their own mirror. You are performing for a crowd that has its eyes closed. Stop looking at your life through the eyes of people who don't even love themselves. When you stop performing, the audience leaves. And in that silence, you finally find peace. Third, the water god principle, the illusion of control. Most of your anxiety is just you trying to be God. You want to control the weather. You want to control the economy. You want to control how people feel about you. It is like trying to hold back the tide with a plastic spoon. It's exhausting. It's pathetic. I learned this during the Great Hunger. You cannot control the ocean. If you fight the waves will break your bones. But if you become the water, if you flow with the current of what is, rather than what you want, you become invincible. The water god doesn't struggle. He simply exists. Let go of the oars. The river knows the way. Fourth, the 100-year filter, the deathbed perspective. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine you are me. Imagine you are 102, lying in a quiet room, feeling your heart slow down for the final time. Now, look back at the problem you had this morning, that email that made you sweat, that comment someone made about your clothes, that debt you are so worried about. Does it have a face? Does it have a voice? No. It is a shadow. it is nothing. If it won't matter in the final hour of your life, it does not deserve a single minute of your peace today. Do not give your precious life force to things that are already dead. Fifth, digital decoupling, the biological revolt. You are an animal, a sophisticated one, but an animal nonetheless. You were built for dirt, for sun, for the smell of rain and the rhythm of the seasons. Every hour you spend staring at that glowing glass, you are starving your biology. You are feeding a simulation and letting your soul wither. Your anxiety is your body's way of screaming, I am trapped in a box. I am losing my connection to the earth. This is not a metaphor. It is physiology. Get out of the house. Walk barefoot. Look at the sky until your eyes hurt. If you don't reconnect with the machine of nature, the machine of man will eat you alive. Sixth, the death of choice, the paradox of plenty, paralysis. In my day, you had two choices, work or starve. You married the girl next door, or you stayed single. It was simple. You are paralyzed because you think you have 1,000 paths. You think if you just choose the perfect one, you'll be happy. Listen to me. There is no perfect path. There is only the path you are on. Every other version of you is a ghost. Stop mourning lives you never lived. Choose the dirt under your feet and make it holy. Seventh, the hunger for approval, the salt water law. Seeking validation from the world is like drinking salt water to quench your thirst. The more you drink, the more you die. If you need the crowd to tell you you're okay, you are their slave. You have given them the keys to your prison cell. In my century, I have found that the only people who truly matter are the ones who would sit with you in a dark room and say nothing. The rest is just noise. If the world hates you for being true, you have won. Eighth, the physical anchor, the hands overhead law. Anxiety is a head problem. It lives in the attic. When the mind starts spinning like a kite in a hurricane, you cannot talk it down. You have to pull the string. How? With your hands. Dig a hole. Paint a wall, clean a floor, cook a meal from scratch. When the hands are busy, the mind must follow. The body is the anchor. If your head is in 2030, put your hands in the soil of today. You cannot panic while you are building something. Ninth, the one-room rule, the geography of peace. Your anxiety is a traveller. It lives in the everywhere and the someday. Look around the room you are in right now, right this second. Is there a tiger? Is there a fire? Are you breathing? If the room you are in is safe, you are safe. The rest of the world's problems are just bad stories you are telling yourself. Stop living in the everywhere. Come back to the room. Stay here. 10th, the death of perfection, the cracked vessel. Perfection is a lie sold to you by people who want your money. They want you to feel broken, so you buy their fix. But you are not a machine. You are a forest. And a forest is never perfect. It's filled with rotting trees, mud, and thorns, and that is what makes it beautiful. In my 100 years, I have seen that the cracks are where the light gets in. Stop trying to be fixed. Accept the mess. The mess is where the life is. 11th, the power of solitude, the silence test. Most people are terrified of being alone because they are terrified of who they meet in the silence. If you cannot sit in a dark room for 20 minutes without a device, you are not a free man. You are a drug addict, and your drug is distraction. Sit in the silence until the noise in your head stops screaming. Underneath that noise is your soul. And your soul is never anxious. It is just waiting for you to come home. 12th, the final surrender, the owner's illusion. The root of all anxiety is the fear of loss. You are afraid of losing your job, your looks, your health, your life. But here is the ultimate truth. You cannot lose what you never owned. You are a guest here. Your body is a rental. This life is a flicker of a candle in a dark hallway. Once you accept that you own nothing, not even your next heartbeat, the fear has nowhere to sit. The end is not a tragedy. It is a return to the source. And the source is the most beautiful thing I have ever known. I am tired now. The sun is setting on my century and I am ready for the dark. But you still have time. You have the gold now. Don't throw it away. Don't go back to the screen. Don't go back to the vibration of the machine. 98% of your problems will vanish the moment you stop believing in them. Take a deep breath. Feel the gravity of the earth holding you down. You are here. You are alive. And for now, that is more than enough. Go outside. Leave the ghost world behind. I'll see you at the finish line.